Today on the podcast, we're talking about being successful. What does that mean to you as an artist? And what does it mean if you don't feel like you're being successful? We'll talk about it. We'll see you on the inside. What's going on, guys? How's it going? Welcome to the Songwriters Planner podcast. I appreciate you guys swinging by. I always say this at the top of all my episodes. I try to do this every week. And hopefully you guys get some value out of these podcasts and walk away with something that at least you can think about and either relate to or disagree or agree with me. Whatever it causes for you, I just appreciate you guys swinging by. Just right off the bat, if you're watching on my YouTube channel, I'm not in my normal space. This is not where I usually do my podcast. If you're listening on audio, you might notice the audio is a little bit different. I'm actually on a quick trip to Hawaii. I flew home this weekend. I'm originally from Hawaii, just flew home to pick up my daughter. She was going to a summer camp, so I came out here and I figured, why not shoot a podcast? It's, I'm in my hotel room, and I must say it's, not that exciting to look at. But on my mission to stay productive no matter what, I'm deciding to do my podcast from my hotel room today. So thanks for joining me. Like I said, just a quick reminder as well, you can listen to this podcast on iTunes, Apple Music, iTunes is going away, Apple Music, and Spotify, as well as I mentioned, on my YouTube channel. So, okay, enough with the small talk. Today's topic, I wanted to talk about success, and what does that mean to you as an artist? What is being successful? Now that kind of encompasses a lot of things, because there are so many ways that people consider success for them. And if you are an artist, being successful is always in the back of your mind, if not in the forefront of your mind. I mean, we create art, we write music, we play music, we enjoy these things. But what about being successful? What does that mean? Where does that come into play with all this stuff that we do? Why is it important to define what success is for you? And the reason why it's important for you to at least think about what success is for you. And you can do this early on in your career when you start off. We all have these grandeur dreams of being rich and famous and having millions of fans and, being the next Beatles, whatever. I mean, I dreamt that when I was a kid and started off in music. But the reasons why it's so important to define what success is for you is because with art, when we create our art, it requires a lot of time. It requires a lot of our time and a lot of effort for you to, whether you're writing music on a computer, whether you're learning guitar, whether you're learning to play the piano, whether you're learning how to write songs, it's going to require a lot of your time. And if you are dedicating so much time and effort to something, you want to at least have in the back of your mind, why am I doing this? Do I do it for the love of it? And in that case, that is great. Then that may be what successful is for you, is to do something that you love because you love to do it, and vice versa. That may be a reason for success for you. Another reason why it's important to determine what success is for you is because in most cases, not in all, but in a lot of the cases, when you start to go down this journey of creating art, there isn't a lot of money involved, especially when you start out. I mean, money is not really in a part of it. A lot of it is doing it because you love to do it, because you're passionate about music or whatever it is. So you have to go into this understanding that it's going to require a lot of your time and a lot of effort, and you're not going to get much money out of doing it. Now, can you eventually go down the line and make money? Yes, you can. There's always that possibility. But the overall general idea of creating art and creating music, and certainly when you first start out, is that there's not going to be much money involved. So you have to define what success is going to be to you as an artist. And like I was mentioning, that could be a wide range of reasons or a wide range of definitions of what success is for you. So let's talk about the different kinds of success that we see out there in the world. The first one that comes to mind, obviously, is financial success. That is the kind of the holy grail of feeling like you are successful, like Wolf of Wall Street kind of thing. You have money coming in because people love what you do, or you're able to sell your art, or people are buy into you, and you have amazing following, and you make tons of money, and you go vacation on yachts every month, and you buy a Lamborghini, and you buy a big house. Okay, that's one type of success that people will define as financial success. And is that a reality? Yeah, it is. I mean, people go off and achieve millions of dollars from whatever, playing music, from even from being in real estate. It doesn't really matter. But people define that as one type of success. And that certainly does exist in music. Another type is fame, being famous. That's some people define success as becoming famous, whether you again are in music, or if you are a movie star, or even if you have a viral hit on YouTube or Facebook and you become instantly famous. Some people view that as a form of success, and that is okay. That's certainly okay to define that if that's what you want to do. Another type of success, freedom, having the freedom to do things that you want to do, having the freedom to write any kind of music that you want, having the freedom to collaborate with anybody you want, having the freedom to travel, having the freedom to do the things in your life that you want to do. That is another form of success. And whether you tie that to fame and money, could be. But then again, you have people who work great jobs and still feel like they are free and have freedom to do things that their heart wants them to do. So freedom is another form of success, reaching that kind of a plateau where you feel like you're free to do these things. Excuse me. So that's another type. And personal success. Let's talk about even down to the point where you have been spending hours and hours and days learning a song, learning a really difficult song, and you finally get it and you finally know how to play it. That's success. Hey, you were successful. You put effort into something and you had a personal goal and you achieved it. That's a form of success too. All these things that I talk about are all possible definitions of success. Okay, these are all out there, and there's more out there. I'm sure there's more, and you can probably think of them as well. But now let's talk about, out of all these different versions of success, what version fits you? What do you want? Do you want the fame? Do you want the money? Do you want the accolades? Do you want the freedom? Do you want personal success? That's what being successful, I think, is for an artist, and why it's so important for us to determine what that means to us. Now, if we don't achieve these things, if we don't ever make the millions of dollars, if we don't ever feel like we have the freedom, if we don't ever get the fame, does that mean that we're failures? I don't believe so. I mean, that's a idea that I think only you can answer, because it's your personal journey. Going down this road, this path of becoming successful and being successful, is a personal journey, and it's something that we all go through ourselves. I think that envy and jealousy kind of come into being successful, because not into being successful, but almost kind of go hand in hand with this journey, because we envy other people that have success, or what we determine is that. And so it drives us, and we're jealous of people that have the Lamborghinis, and we go, oh, I want that, or I want that hit record, or I want to be the #1 video. And that can be helpful and it can be hurtful. That kind of ties into my last podcast as what drives you, and what's holding you back, that kind of thing. But really finding the path to success is going to be personal to you, and I don't think anybody can sit here and tell you what you need to do to feel successful. Now, because you are going to be the only person that determines what that is. You are the only one that's going to determine what you need to do to feel success. And do you need commas in your check account to feel successful? Do you need many commas in your bank checking account? If that's your vision of success, then you got to get to work. It really comes down to those aspects, and you can't really determine when. I can't sit here and say to you, you will be successful when dot dot dot. That to me, I think isn't gonna happen. So the important thing, the thing that I wanted to wrap up about this is that the becoming successful is less important than striving for success. Now, that's two different things. Becoming successful, getting the money, getting the fame, all that stuff is less important than the acts of striving for success. And striving for success means it's something that you do every day, something that you work on all the time. It's something that you're constantly grinding on, something that you're constantly sharpening. This striving for success is what is important. Now that is something I can give to you and that you can give to other people. This lesson of striving for success is more important than being successful. The reason why is because while you're doing the things that you need to do to become successful, you're striving for it, you're learning skills. You're learning how to do what it takes to endure. You're learning how to overcome challenges. You're learning how to work with people. You're learning how to adapt to different circumstances. You're learning how to work hard. You're learning how to set goals and achieve them. These are all things that are crucial for being successful. And the act of striving for success, doing these things, learning these skills, getting better at it every day, day in and day out, losing, winning, winning, losing, constantly, all year long, years long. That's what's important to strive for the success, because that's something that you take with you no matter where you go, no matter what you do, and no matter who you're with. If you can instill these skills in yourself and do them and learn them and adapt to them, that is going to that's going to give you better chances of being or achieving success down the road, or as what you determine is success for you. So that's the most important thing out of all of this. Is it's not being successful, it's learning how to strive for success. And that is the message that I wanted to kind of wrap this little podcast up here in my hotel room. Is that's what I wish for you, and that I think is what you should wish for yourself and anybody else that is traveling down this journey of being an artist, being in music, and trying to figure out how to be successful. That it's not about being successful, it's about striving to be successful. And hopefully you can take that message and agree with me, disagree with me, or use it for your own purpose, and maybe pass it on to someone else. So, all right, guys, thank you for joining me today on the podcast here on my little vacation. It's a short one, and I'm glad I was able to get this podcast done for you guys and stay on schedule with you, and I appreciate you guys swinging by. So till the next episode, we'll see you next time. Peace.